Hello everyone! I have been pretty busy in the last few weeks and I figured it's time to show you some of my progress. In case you've missed it, I just quit my job to be able to focus entirely on the development of the game, so hopefully I can provide you with some more content in the near future. But first of all, I needed something to show people who are not really my target group, if you understand what I mean. Like my tax consultant, authorities, relatives and so on. So I decided to create just another visual novel. One without explicit content that I can show. I've been working in white-collar jobs my entire career so far, starting with several internships during my study up to management positions. I figured I could create a dating sim in the office space. So you begin in the game as Liam Fletcher, who has his first day at the Heartless Corporation, and I did my best to give the player a feeling of pressure and demand at his first day. Liam meets his new colleagues, and of course there will be a lot of out-of-work activities he can participate in. Each character has different hobbies, so one will go with him to the gym, the next one goes swimming, surfing, and so on. You can date your teammates and you can pursue your career. If you do both, soon it will become complicated, for you will be promoted to become the team leader, and as such, you will have difficult decisions to make. I do not want to spoiler here anything yet, so let's just dive into the gameplay. Here we are at Liam's first day entering the Heartless Corporation. He's pretty early, 7:30 AM, but the first obstacle already awaits. He has to get past the reception. The game will have AI-generated voiceover, but as from now, I will have to read it for you. Liam Fletcher took a deep breath as he stepped into the grand lobby of the Heartless Corporation. The high ceilings, marble floor and glittering chandeliers seemed to mock his nervous energy. He brushed the short, dark hair back and adjusted his collar, reminding himself that he was here for a reason. His keen intuition, strong sense of justice and quick learning ability had landed him this job. Okay, Liam, you've got this. I hope you like the speech bubbles, by the way. Tell me what you think in the comments, please. With a determined stride, he made his way to the sleek reception desk. As soon as he approached the counter, the receptionist flashed a bright smile on her face, but her eye did not match the expression. The receptionist, a woman with blonde hair and cold eyes, looked up from her computer screen and eyed him expectantly. It's much easier to write it than to tell or talk about it, but anyway, I hope you can understand what I say, otherwise you have to read. Can I help you? Yes, I'm Liam Fletcher, the new employee. I start today. As soon as he said this, she seemed to have lost any interest in him. Her smile disappearing just as fast as she has switched it on before. She looked down at her computer screen, hidden behind the counter. You have to fill out this visitor's form. But I'm not a visitor, I'm an employee now. The receptionist sighed, clearly annoyed by the misunderstandings. Everyone without an access card must apply for a visitor's badge. And I need to see your ID. Liam could feel his cheek growing warm, but he did not let his frustration show. Instead, he handed over his driver's license and began filling out the form, trying to focus on the task at hand rather than the intimidating atmosphere surrounding him. As he scribbled down his information, he couldn't help but wonder if this was a taste of what awaited him within the corporation. He had heard rumors of its ruthless reputation, but he never imagined the bureaucracy would extend to something as simple as entering the building. Okay, he might be a little bit short-sighted there. I think many of you have experienced something like that, but anyway. Liam's heart raced as he finished filling out the form and handed it back to the receptionist. As she examined it, he sent up a silent prayer that the rest of the day would go more smoothly. Everything seems to be in order. Here's your visitor's badge. Remember, you needed to access the building until you receive your permanent access card. Thank you. He clipped the badge onto his shirt and took a deep breath, trying to steady his nerves before venturing further into the Heartless Corporation. Little did he know just how much this first day would challenge him and force him to question whether he had made the right decision in accepting this job. I think we all have been there, haven't we? Welcome to your new home, muttered a passing co-worker without breaking stride. You're late. As you can see, the clock on the upper right corner changed, so we are now 5 minutes past 8. That's why we are late. And this, for one, will help to have your day tracked, so to say. So you will have the opportunity at 5 p.m. to leave the office or work overtime, as it is in real life, as you know. And this will also help to give a little bit of pressure if you have to meet deadlines and something like this. But that's something I will show you shortly. Good morning, I am Liam. He held out his hand in greeting, but the colleague had already moved on. He approached his workspace, taking in the metal desk, devoid of any personal touches, and the ergonomic chair that looked like it had been taken straight from the assembly line. The only splash of color came from a red tape collar near the computer monitor. Maybe some of you get the hint of what I am referring here. Let's see if you understand it. It seemed as if the Heartless Corporation's cold, impersonal atmosphere had seeped into every corner of the office. The sounds of footsteps echoing down the hallway pulled Liam from his thoughts. He turned to see a tall, older man approaching, his recently hairline and stern expression immediately marking him as Calvin Ford, Liam's new boss. Ah, Mr. Fletcher, good to see you finally made it past the reception. Calvin's tone was clipped and cold, mirroring the environment around them. Yes, sir, I'm excited to get started. Excitement isn't enough here, Fletcher. I expect results. This company doesn't become what it is today by merely being excited. Calvin's gaze bore into Liam, causing him to shift uncomfortably under the scrutiny. I understand, Mr. Ford. You can count on me to deliver. See that you do. And just to be clear, at 7:30 I expect you to sit at your desk, the computer booted, and you be working. No coffee breaks, no bathroom excuses, nothing. Only working. Understood? Okay. This is one of the first decisions. You can start to argue with your boss, which will cost you time, or you can just agree. So it's the first day. We will just play with this. We will see. Remember, my door is always open, but I don't have time for trivial questions or complaints. Figure things out for yourself and make it happen. With that, Calvin turned on his heel and strode away, leaving Liam feeling the weight of his expectations. As Liam watched his new boss disappear around the corner, he couldn't help but feel a sense of dread settling in. The cold, impersonal office and Calvin's stern demeanor were far from the warm, supportive environment he had hoped for when he accepted this job. Deep breath. He whispered to himself, steeling his nerves. I can do this. But even as he tried to reassure himself, there was a nagging voice in the back of his mind that wondered whether he would survive or thrive in such a harsh, demanding world. Okay, so you cannot end the day yet, for it's way too early. You You can meet your colleagues, or you can just dive in and work on your tasks. We'll drive the tasks. We will choose the task, and so I can just show you about some of the mechanics. Liam's fingers hovered over the keyboard, starting blankly at the computer screen, which displayed a confusing spreadsheet. The emails in his inbox flooded with new tasks and urgent requests. He felt the pressure building, but he couldn't admit defeat on his first day. Figure things out for yourself and make it happen. With a shaky hand, Liam clicked on the first email, scanning its content for clues on how to proceed. He could feel the weight of responsibility bearing down on him, threatening to crush him. Okay, maybe I'm a bit over the top here, but you get the idea. But he refused to let it win. I faced challenges before, I can do this. As the hours ticked by, Liam found himself sinking deeper into the overwhelming workload. Okay, so this is now how the tasks are being done. You have a timer, as you can see, it's running down, and you have to answer this question I have from websites where you can career checks or something like that, Trivial Pursuit, whatever. I can find, I want to make some tasks that you have to do, and based on right or wrong, it will affect your relationship with Calvin, with your boss, and your performance on the job, of course. I give you the right answers. You could go back if you want to cheat, but I suggest you don't do it, because this is part of the idea. And maybe I will be disabling the back button. I don't know yet. So I will not go to every of these tasks here now. There are a bunch of tasks, and I'm just rushing through. Every right answer will give you 5 minutes, and every wrong answer 10 minutes, because you have to correct it, and therefore, if you don't make everything perfect, your boss won't be satisfied. Anyway, now we have gone through it, and we can present our findings to our boss, Mr. Ford. Liam panted, placing the document on Calvin's desk. Here are the reports you requested. About time. Did you bother to check the clock? Yeah, it's too late. 35 minutes over. I told you I needed them at 12 a.m. Calvin glanced at the papers before looking up at Liam, his expression unreadable. He started to look through the reports. I would expect you to be able to solve a simple number series. If you're not able to calculate our machine output correctly, what use are you then? This is the second wrong answer. You don't know Larry Page, what do you know? So he goes all off through your wrong answers, basically. And he's not satisfied, as you can see now. So, we have done our tasks so far, and as you can see, he's already a little bit disappointed. More tasks popping up. Don't worry, it's not all about the tasks all the time. This is just to give you a head start, so to say. And after that, this time to meet the colleagues, which I'm not going to do here now, maybe for a second video. It's just so you can see how far I've come with the game so far. It's a little bit hard to estimate. I would like to create a polished demo of the game, but something important for you to say if you're a backer already. I will bring this to Steam as well, to itch.io and other distribution platforms, whatever. But of course, if you're a tier 2 backer, so at least $5 per month or something, you will of course get access to the whole game. On top of that, as soon as the demo is finished, as I told earlier, I will go back to Bound to College and to Bengal and start creating new content for this. There is already some progress for the next Bengal update, and I will add another ending probably this month. And as for my estimation, I think this demo will be finished in about 2 or 3 weeks, and then I can focus entirely back to the old game, so to say, and hopefully have some time to build up a wish list and stuff like that. So as soon as the Steam page is up and running, I hope you will add them to the wish list, even though you might not have to purchase it anyway, but this really would help me out and grow the wish list, which will then make on the release date easier for the game to perform, which hopefully it will do. It will not have, as I said, explicit content, but of course some how is it, erotic? This is the right word. So yeah, they will go swimming and they will kissing and massaging and stuff like this. Of course, only you won't see any genitals or something like that. So, I really hope you like the game so far. As I said, it's not nearly finished, even for the demo. It's just the beginning. But I really look forward to see what you guys think about it. Please leave me a comment, tell me what you think is good, what's not so good, how can I improve. Every kind of feedback is welcome as always, and I'm looking forward to be able to get the demo up and go back to the other games. Thank you very much for your time and your effort and the support and the help I get from every side of you. Without you guys, this would not be possible, as I mentioned before, and I hope I see you very soon. Bye!